Hey, this is a fall time green smoky eye look that I created on this beautiful client of mine. If you'd like to see how I did this look, keep on watching.
Say, hey, hey now, baby. Oh, mama, don't play now, baby.
First, we will be starting with prepping the skin on a clean face with Kiehl's Ultra Facial Cream, Murad Essential C Eye Cream, followed by Makeup Forever Step 1 Equalizer Face Primer. We first apply the moisturizer, dotting it all over the face, blending it into the skin. Then we go in with the eye cream, patting it in gently around the eyes, followed by the face primer, making sure we get it deep into the creases or any texture in the skin. Next, I'll be going in with the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz pencil, gently filling in her brows. As you can see, she already has a pretty defined brow, so you want to be easy if this is the case. I will now prime the eyelids with M.A.C Soft Ochre Paint Pot, gently patting it onto the eyelids and then blending out with the finger. I will now be using the first shadow, which is M.A.C Soft Brown. I will be using a blending brush in circular motions on the upper crease of the eye. Next, I'll be going in with M.A.C Texture with the same blending brush and applying it just slightly below the lash shade. Going back in with the M.A.C Paint Pot, I will be using this to carve out the eyelid to create the crease, along with filling in the bottom of the eyelid. Going in with the Jaclyn Hill x Morphe palette, I will be using this shimmery green shade called Diva. I will then be spraying it with the M.A.C Fix Plus Spray. Always use this if you want to intensify any shade with shimmer. I will pack this onto the eyelid and keep packing it on until I'm happy with the desired result. Back into the same palette, I will be using this dark green shade called Enchanted and applying this to the outer V. Now I will be going in with a clean blending brush and just softening up the outer edges of the eyeshadow. Then wiping off any fallen shadow and creating a nice sharp line with the makeup wipe. Now I will be using the M.A.C Feline Eye Pencil to line the waterline, and then I will be going in with a flat definer brush and packing in the blackest black shadow I've ever found, which is called Noir by Anastasia Beverly Hills. Use this to set the waterline along with packing it into just below that waterline as well. Then going in with M.A.C Swiss Chocolate with a pencil brush, I will then be applying this just below that black under the waterline. Going back into the Jaclyn Hill palette, I will now be using the shade Beam and applying this right on top of the brow bone to give it an extra pop. Now using Inglot Gel Eyeliner number 77, I will be lining her lash line very slowly and carefully, taking it one step at a time. Start on one piece of the eye and then just keep connecting it to the next, slightly raising the eyelid. Now I will have her open her eye just slightly so I can draw the outer flick, which creates the wing. I angle this down at the very end of her lash line and angle it downwards towards her bottom lash line. Now starting at the very top of that flick, I will now angle my brush downwards towards the first line that we drew and then connecting it all together. Moving on to the face, I'll be using Makeup Forever Ultra HD Foundation with a stippling brush and pushing this into the skin. Now I'll be using Shape Tape Concealer and applying this with a much smaller brush below the eyes, tapping it in and then blending out the outer edges with my finger, then going back in with my foundation brush and also blending out the edges with this as well. I then set the skin with Mercier translucent powder, followed by Mercier bronzer to then create the contour areas. I like to use very small brushes when contouring the edges of the nose. Next, I'll be applying the highlight by Becca called Champagne Pop. This will be applied at the highest points of the cheekbones. Then going in with Becca Wild Honey for the blush and applying this just below where we applied the highlight and right above where we did the contour. Now applying the mascara by Tarte called Lights Camera Splashes, and then following that with the lips by Lime Crime called Buffy. I usually like to use a small lip brush for this, and I usually use it to first line the lips and then fill it in. Now the final step, last but not least, I will be using the setting spray by Urban Decay called All Nighter. If you enjoyed this look, please hit the like button, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you can be notified the next time I upload a video.